In today's vlog, it's all about Hurricane Francine. Come along with me while I stock up on food, board up the house, and go to the hospital in the middle of a hurricane warning.
Where you at, crew? It's your boy Trey. Welcome back to the channel. So y'all know I have been through it this year, and it has taught me two things. One, that life is about ups and downs, and two, someone always has it worse than you. So with that being said, y'all know I just got over, well, I would say the word, but I found out the hard way YouTube doesn't like it when I say the word. So we'll just call it the super cold. And because of that, I'm going to the doctor so we can see if there's anything I could do better to avoid getting sick like that again. What's up? So I'm on my way to the doctor right now to see my immunologist to talk about why I keep getting sick so often. So I'm gonna let y'all know how that goes. As usual, I'm running a little late. So I had a really good, informative, and long conversation with my doctor. And unfortunately, she says we are doing everything we could possibly do for me at this point, as far as medicines go. The only thing I could do is try to just make sure I'm staying on top of, which I have been doing, but I'll try to do a better job of making sure that my hands are clean when I'm around people and choosing to go in places when there's less people around. So like if I could choose to go to the gym at a time where there's less people working out, then that would be better overall to avoid catching something and getting sick because of my immune system. So those are the things that I'm gonna work on. But medicine wise, she said we're really doing everything we can do. And I guess when I look at it, I have gotten over some of these things faster than I used to. So that's the positive for being on the treatments that I'm on with the infusions every 3 weeks. So what else can I do? I'm not a complainer, y'all. I really am not. But like, I can't catch a break, man. So my plan today was to do my laundry, do a little bit of chores, but rest because I've been going non-stop. And I ran into issues editing the candy video, and I was trying to get that out today. Today is Sunday, so I was trying to... Oh, it's a love bug. I was trying to post that today, but I'll get into that later, why that didn't happen. But I said, okay, I'm gonna rest today, catch up on power, just chill before I have to start my week. And then news reports come out about a hurricane coming on Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So now I have to go out and get a whole bunch of stuff to prepare for a hurricane. Which, yes, I know it's hurricane season, but we just not ready for this. So let me stop yapping and get in the store, because this is the second store I'm going to looking for water. Because, of course, news of a hurricane coming, first thing that's gonna go is the water. So I'm at Whole Foods now looking for water because Costco was out of water. Walmart is out of water. So let's go check Whole Foods. Y'all, I'm pissed off, bruh. So when I was in Costco, I was trying to get the stuff we needed. We had some water in there. They had a little bit of water, but not the kind we like. But we got some water, we got some chicken, you know, stuff to keep in the freezer because we have the generator. So if the power go out, the generator come on, we still could cook stuff like that. We don't have to get non-perishable stuff, thank God. But long story short, trying to check out at Costco and my card declines. And they machine just tell everybody your card declines. Start blinking. So that shit pissed me off. So I took out my other card from the other bank that I bank with and used that one. And I was like, well, maybe something was wrong with Costco machine. So I get in Whole Foods after leaving Costco. And the card declines again. Tell me why this bank having trouble the day everybody trying to get ready for a hurricane? Like, what, you can't handle the volume? And that's the last place my card need to be declining is in Whole Foods. People gonna be looking at me like, God damn, he broke. You know how Whole Foods is. You don't want your card declining in Whole Foods. Right, Cameron?
Right.
That pissed Cameron off. He said people looking at us like we broke.
A lady literally turned and looked at us. I was like, bitch.
So again, I had to use my other bank. I don't want to mention my bank names because, like, I don't know if that, like, I probably shouldn't say that on the internet, but suffice it to say, the bank that's declining my stuff is a regional bank, and I had to use the national bank. So regional bank might lose all my accounts because y'all can't be declining my shit in front of people now. That's embarrassing.
They done tore their drawers.
So y'all, I have been struggling the past few weeks with file storage. I did not know just the sheer amount of space making videos would take up on my hard drive and even on external hard drives. So I've had to buy so many extra external hard drives just to be able to edit these videos, just to be able to store the projects that we've worked on for this channel. That's been stressful, just to say the least. And that has delayed a lot of videos, like the one before this one, the candy video, because I couldn't edit it. I was editing and it was like, your computer's maxed out. So I'd have to go get another hard drive and try to transfer all the files over. Just a big mess. So you could imagine, very stressful, very tiring. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna take a few days off, I'm gonna chill, catch up on some of my shows, just not do anything. Well, I guess Mother Nature had a different plan for my weekend, because all out the blue, the news started talking about a hurricane.
Looking at hot spots about 8 inches, maybe a little bit higher, up to about a foot. That's going to lead to some of that flash flooding. But again, the model runs and what some of the winds are looking like here in just a little bit. I think central parts of Acadiana probably likely 40, 50 mile an hour winds. As you get down through Iberia, Paris probably goes up to about 60, 65. And then near the center, you could still see some of those 80, 90 mile an hour wind gusts. Moderate showers working their way, and a little bit of wind associated with this as well. This is not the worst of it. That is still kind of sitting offshore. This right here, that's wrapping around the eye, that's really nasty weather, and that is going to continue to push its way through.
Hey y'all, so it's the day before Hurricane Francine. I already had a procedure scheduled, another procedure for my back. So it's currently 5:30 in the morning, and I have to head down to the hospital to do that. And then when we come back, we got to get the house ready. We have to board up stuff. We have to do the last minute preps for a hurricane that just popped up Sunday. So all of this is happening so fast. But just wanted to update y'all. That's what I'm doing today. So I'm about to head to the hospital now, and I'll check in with y'all after. did the volume go again? So I've been having trouble with my back since my early 20s. And y'all, I hate saying that because it makes me sound so old, but I swear I'm not that old. But anyway, I've been having trouble with my back since my early 20s. And once they did all the tests and stuff, because I ignored it for a long time, guys, like years. I was just like, yeah, I know my back hurt, but I must have just picked up on something or did something wrong. I don't know what I thought. I just was ignoring it. So what I ended up doing was I finally had to go to the doctor because it got so bad that I couldn't drive. Like my leg was going numb on me. It was becoming dangerous. So I went to the doctor and they did the MRIs and all the stuff they need to do, all of the tests. And they found out that I have a problem with one of my discs in my back. So since then, I've had to get steroid injections into my spine, which yes, it is painful. Some people get them and they say it don't bother them. It do bother me. I hate getting them, but the alternative is a non-starter. I can't not get them. So it just so happens that this injection was scheduled the same day Francine decided she wanted to come ashore. So I had to go to the hospital the day Francine was hitting, and I'm just sitting in the waiting room minding my business, and all of everybody's phones go off with that reverse 911 siren, National Weather Service thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was so loud, startled everybody, and it said hurricane warning. I'm gonna put it up right here on the screen so you can read what it said. So, long story short, everybody was like we knew the hurricane was out there, but once you get a National Weather Service alert saying you're under a hurricane warning, shit getting real, it's coming. So everyone was like, oh my God, I guess it's really coming. I'm just glad that this happened while I was in the waiting room and not when I was actually in the operating room with the needle in my spine. The first feeder bands are coming in. Y'all know how I am after that. I'm still high. So we have to board up the doors because they'll blow in during a hurricane. That's happened before. So that's what we're about to do now. We mark all the storms so we remember all the times we had to go through this shit. Cameron make fun of my handwriting, y'all. What y'all think?
Why is his lowercase r uppercase? And all your lowercase letters except for your I. What kind of shit is this?
You don't write much better.
Oh yes I do, nigga.
And I keep telling you, my freshman teacher told me I had the best handwriting in
Then
my
I'm
whole
scared
class.
about what them other kids' handwriting look like. Fuck.
To some of our reporters out in the field and some other information, we are seeing the storm level off in intensity, so we're not still seeing it intensify. I'm looking at and I'm refreshing F5 on the Hurricane Hunters page right now, and it looks like the pressure has actually risen slightly with this latest pass through. And what that tells us is that they just clocked it at 979 millibars. The advisory at 11 a.m., we are getting hourly updates now. They updated at 976, so it looks like the intensity has leveled off and the storm will hopefully begin to slowly weaken as we get into this afternoon.
Well, y'all, look like we done lucked up again. But Pohoma and Terrebonne Parish that just got messed up by Ida a few years ago, getting the brunt of Francine. All we got is these little feeder bands, and there's probably like 20 miles an hour right now. So I'll keep y'all updated, but nothing too bad right now. Well, y'all, we get to come out from the dungeon. We happy Francine dizzy ass went somewhere else, but where she went, she affected the rest of our family, so it ain't a win-win. Can't win for losing. And it's supposed to be nice and clear, but her tentacles still stretching all the way down here.
So of course, at this point, we're veterans at preparing for these things. I mean, just off the top of my head, thinking about all of the storms that I've been throughout my life, I remember the first storm was Hurricane George when I was like 4. And the way it goes, we either choose to evacuate for these storms or we stay and ride them out. We basically make this decision per storm. So Hurricane George, I remember my parents left. We went out of town for that one. The next ones I remember was Tropical Storm Isidore in 2003, and then there was Hurricane Ivan in 2004. And I went through Tropical Storm Isidore. I don't really remember much. I just remember our street flooding for the first time. And at this time, this was when I was a kid, so I was living in New Orleans. Our street had never flooded before then. So I remember that. That's what I remember about the storm. I don't really remember the winds. But then Ivan came. We evacuated for Ivan. 2005. So Hurricane Cindy hit in July. And because of everything that happened with Katrina a month later, people don't really know about Hurricane Cindy, but Hurricane Cindy was supposed to be a tropical storm. In fact, that's what the news and everyone told us it was. It came in the middle of the night in July 2005, and I remember that was the most intense thing I had ever been through. I was 11 years old at the time, and when I tell you the wind was just so high, like the ceiling fans in the house was moving. And I mean, it was like in the middle of the night. So the power kept going on and off. And the next morning we got up and it was like, oh yeah, that was a Cat 1. That was not a tropical storm. And most of the city was without power the next day. We didn't lose power at our house for longer than maybe about an hour. But I remember most of New Orleans didn't have power. And then of course, a month later, Katrina came and we did evacuate for Katrina. And that was the hurricane that changed our lives forever. We evacuated for Hurricane Gustav, but that crazy bitch followed us when we left. We left New Orleans and came to Acadiana, and the storm followed us over here, and we ended up getting worse, a worse part of the storm over here in Acadiana than we would have gotten had we stayed home. So besides Cindy, Gustav was the worst hurricane experience that I had. And I mean, like, power was off here in this house for like 8 days. The doors blew in, which is why you saw us boarding up those doors, because we've had them blow in before during a hurricane. So after that, we've had a few other hurricanes, and then the recent ones, Laura and Delta and Ida in 2021. So we're veterans. I went on that whole rant just to prove my point that we're veterans with these things. And I think the worst thing
that I would say that people like us who live on the Gulf Coast have to deal with is, yes, we do recognize the threat that we live in the path where these storms go. But it's no different than people who live in areas where tornadoes are prevalent, or people who live where earthquakes are prevalent. So the most frustrating thing, though, is we don't want these storms to come. But when they're forecast to come, and you get the hurricane warning, and you go empty out all your money in your bank account for the week or the month or whatever, and it doesn't come, you sitting here like, what? And nowadays, that used to be, okay, that would happen maybe once or twice a season. Now, they're already talking about another hurricane, and we're just a week out from Hurricane Francine. It's like, what we gonna do? I don't know. Nothing but pray and just keep on going. So yeah, at the last minute, the storm decided to shift to the east of us, and it ended up hitting the Bayou parishes and the New Orleans metro area. So our area prepared for the storm. A lot of people in NOLA really wasn't preparing because it wasn't predicted to go there, and then it just went straight over the city. And they had a lot of rain, a lot of flooding, some winds, but you know, it wasn't by far the worst hurricane to hit Louisiana, but you never know what's gonna happen with the rest of this season. The other crazy thing is that people might think, oh, well, it didn't come to y'all, so y'all must just be relieved. Well, yeah, for us, but we have family and friends who live in the Houston area, who live in the Baton Rouge area, who live in our hometown of New Orleans, who live in Mississippi. So it's like we have people who live on most of the Gulf Coast, so it's really not a win for us if any of us get a hurricane. So I feel just as bad when Beryl, like a month ago, I don't even know, my days and months are running together, but Beryl, either a few weeks or a month ago, I don't remember, hit Houston. That wasn't fun for us because a lot of our family and friends was affected. So for Francine to go and hit New Orleans and the Bayou parishes, that, you know, we're not happy about it, but it just shows you that you never really know where these things are gonna go until the last minute, and all you can do is be prepared. All right, y'all, so that's it for this one. I cannot, again, express how much love I have for you guys for supporting me and supporting this channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. You guys know that we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you did subscribe, please tell your mama and them, your cousin, your auntie, anybody you know, please subscribe to @ThisIsTrey on YouTube so we could get to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. In addition to that, please hit the like button and comment. And as always, y'all know I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.